What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hope you're all doing well as usual. Today I want to talk a bit about the Mishima Wavedash. Why do we want to use it? How do we do it? It's a very difficult technique. I'm hoping to give you some tips and tricks today on how to acquire and master it, but it is going to take time. It's not easy, and especially if you want to be able to do this on both sides. If I were you on pad, start on player 1, if you're on stick, start on player 2. It's just more natural with those. So, I'm going to enlarge the screen here, and you don't really need to see my face, although I know you want to, you sick bastard. But I'm gonna give you something better. I'm gonna give you a shot of my cock, I guess. So that's actually not my cock, that's the joystick. Cock is over here, but I've got pants on, so thank God for that. It's very hairy and bushy, and we all know we don't need to see that. So, okay. As you can see where I have command history on, I'm gonna give you my... This is the notation on my Wavedash. Do you see that I actually do the full Hadouken? Quarter circle forward. So it's forward, quarter circle forward, forward, quarter circle forward. It's all I'm doing. I actually taught a Street Fighter player how to Wavedash not long ago, and to him it just felt very natural. Instead of seeing it as the classic crouch dash input, which you can see there, which is forward, down, down, forward. To him that felt more complicated. He wanted to see it only as forward into Hadouken. This broke down the movement much easier for him. So when he saw it as, instead of seeing it as continuous crouch dashes, seeing it as forward Hadouken, to him made sense. It might not make sense for you, but to those of you who might get something out of that, I just wanted to put that out there. So, the Wavedash is very good for speedy advancement. It's very quick, you cover ground very quickly. It realigns with the opponent, so if your opponent is stepping, the Wavedash will realign, and this is great for the tracking of the Mishima 50-50. And of course, it looks badass. Oh my god, that's why you want it, right? You want this. Yeah, it's cool. And of course, there are a lot of stuff. The Wavedash gives, like, Kazuya's forward free, as you can see. It's got good range, but I mean, it's not legendary range. But if I add a crouch dash, I can hit Law from the other side of the stage. And that's only with one crouch dash. Oh, okay, that's actually a running kick. My bad. Sorry, Kazuya. So, as I said in my EVGF guide, you know, with the VVGF, you add enormous range to moves by adding a crouch dash. So it is vital to your Mishimas. So if you don't know how to do this, start practicing now. So I'm gonna try and break down how to do this. You can do a crouch dash, I'm hoping. Forward, let go. Down, slide into down forward. Or you can do it as I'm doing it. You can actually do a Hadouken. Quarter circle forward. As you can you see my fingers sliding very elegantly here? Doing the whole quarter circle forward. So, right, you can choose to do it either way, you know, full quarter circle forward, or you can stop at down forward, but I just hope you're able to do a crouch dash. As you can see, when you do a crouch dash, and then let go, of course, you go back to neutral, Kazuya stands up slowly. He crouches down, doing his crouch dash, slowly stands up. So the first thing we're going to do here in constructing our Wavedash, we're going to cancel this into standing by pressing forward. So I'm going to do a crouch dash and then tap forward after neutral. Oh, I fucked up. That was legendary. So now I'm doing it. What's going on here? Well, I'm doing a crouch dash, but Kazuya is standing up very rapidly. Can you see his back shooting up there immediately? I'm doing it slightly slower now, but if I do it fast, you barely see Kazuya ducking. So this needs a high degree of finger dexterity here and speed. So this is going to be built up with time. But this is the first step to the Wavedash. And this is what you're going to want to acquire now if you can't do this. Learn how to do this. Because this is the stepping stone to this technique. It's the exact same thing, I'm just adding a free input. That's all. Exact same input. But it's so flexible that with the timing of my input, I determine the range of this technique. If I do it fast, oh my god. If I do it fast, it has literally no range. If I delay it, however, I can choose to cover most of the stage. So you understand how important this is. So once again, you can do the crouch dash. Now add a forward. Kazuya should stand up very quickly. If you are getting this, he stands up and then does a sidestep. This means you are too slow on the forward input. And don't be ashamed of this. This is super normal. Like people, to me, I mean, I've been doing this for so long that I've been surprised by students I've had. Yeah, I actually have Mishima students. How they can have, it's very awkward for them to hit forward after a crouch dash. And it can take so long that Kazuya actually recovers and then does his misstep. When you just press forward with Kazuya, he's sidestep. He's been doing this since Tekken 2, the naughty bastard. So, if you're getting a sidestep, or if you can't even get the sidestep if you're doing a forward dash afterwards. So you're doing a crouch dash, but you're double tapping forward after it. This will give you a sidestep. So know this, if you get the sidestep with Kazuya, you're either too slow or you're double tapping forward. So that's why, as you can see there, can you see those buttons there? Turn on command history. You must do it, because this is the only way to see what you are doing. If you're doing the correct input or the wrong input. So, once again, input should look like this. As you can see, you have a crouch dash there, at the far left there, forward, and then a Hadouken into forward. So that's not a double forward, by the way, it's just a single forward. So this is the first thing you do, and don't rush this. This could take you long to acquire. It's not easy. So after this, what I learned when I tried to do the Wavedash was, as you can see, you go forward there, as we just did in the first exercise, but then we add another Hadouken. So we do the double one. So you should see this now as forward crouch dash or forward Hadouken into forward to cancel it, and then just slide again, down, forward. And I would advise you to do this very slowly at first. If you try to do this immediately, you know, you try to do it too rapidly, your fingers will not get used to the movement. It won't, what's it called? It won't register in your muscle memory. Your fingers won't be able to do this quickly at first with precision. So what you do is you do it very slowly. This was me learning to Wavedash. This speed. Because eventually the movement will be set in stone. You know, you'll have it in your bone marrow. It will be so natural to you. So that when it is natural and you do it with precision, you will be able to increase the speed without fucking it up, because it's so natural to your fingers. So keep it slow. I'd say keep it slow at first. So once again, the first thing you do is acquire the quick stand-up, and the second thing you do is try to add another down, forward slide or a Hadouken. Well, I keep saying Hadouken, but it's quarter circle forward. So a slow double. And when you've mastered the slow double, you want to do the continuous Wavedash, but very slowly. Yeah, I'm doing it fast. So this is actually what I wanted to get across. Oh my god, the camera angle. That's what I wanted to get across when it came to learning how to do a wave dash. And I'm sorry, there were no secret tricks when it came to acquiring this technique. It's very difficult, you know. There are a lot of people who play Mishimas and who can't wave dash. You don't really need it, I'd say, but in a high level play you are going to need it, but don't see it as something you really have to nail, you know, or you can't even pick up Mishimas and reach a brawler rank. For sure you can do that. But that's how I learned to do the wave dash, and of course it didn't happen in 5 minutes, you know, during the duration of this video. It took me a long time. And I would also advise you, of course, to practice on both sides, but yeah, it's difficult. So I just want to go over these specific wave dash techniques. We have already covered this. So you can do a forward attack out of the wave dash by just tapping forward out and the appropriate button. You know, if I want to do forward 3, out of the crouch dash, I press only forward 3, and this is because one forward is buffered already into the crouch dash. Oh. So that's why if I can quickly do a while running 3 by doing a crouch dash and then inputting forward 3. So I don't have to hit forward 3 times, only 2 times out of a crouch dash, because one forward is already buffered. So that's very useful to know, and that's used quite a lot, you know, to add range to moves. And then a lot of people wonder, like, how do you dash into a down forward attack? I keep getting the Thunder God Fist. What am I doing wrong? So do your forward dash, say forward, but don't let go of forward after the second forward input. Hold it, and then while holding it, slide it into down forward. So do a forward dash, but never go back to neutral. That's how you do this. And why is this extremely useful? Well, you might be doing this technique. You want to get that, you know? There's no way of doing that without dashing the down forward 1-4. And it's so important because that ender is so good, you know, and it's going to place them on the wall, it does good damage. And the same thing out of a crouch dash. I can do crouch dash into down forward 1-4. So what I'm doing here is, you know that crouch dash into standing? As soon as I hit forward there to stand Kazuya upright, I don't let go. I hold forward and slide into down forward 1-4. So it's the exact same principle. So I hope that made sense. And then there is one other technique we are going to cover, and it's known as the instant while standing out of the wave dash. And this is a very advanced technique. It's not used a whole lot, but it can be good to at least let you guys know that it's there, but probably not a whole lot of you will start experimenting with this because it's quite hard. But Kazuya, as we all know, has a pretty, I mean, it's very punishable, but this is a pretty good homing move in my opinion, while standing too. It launches, and most people don't know that it's actually -18. They usually just 1-1-2 it, because that's what you do on down forward 2. They're very similar in animation. But it's a good homing move, and it's good to use it with forward momentum. So it can be very awkward to run up, duck, and do this. So that's why we can do this. Did you see that? That was a crouch dash cancelled into a while standing 2. And this is done by, and we can do this with twin pistons, of course. This is very strong. You get forward momentum on your twin pistons. So, how do we do this? We hit, you do the crouch dash, like this. And then you know, when we hit forward, you know, like that, to stand up, we're gonna hit backwards instead. And hit the move we're going for, like, while standing 2, we're going to hit back +2. That's going to give you this technique. So it's a crouch dash cancelled by tapping back and the button of the attack of your choice. So if I want while standing 2, I'm going to have to press back and 2 at the same time. Oh. So yeah, as you can see, I fucked it up twice there. It's just not an easy technique. I see a lot of people drop this. Nice. So it can be a great move, great utility, you know, to get forward momentum into a while standing 2. It's going to cover a lot of ground very quickly. Or wave dash into while standing 1-2 the twin pistons. The timing is very strict, you have to do it very fast. So crouch dash and then immediately back 1. So, yeah, I mean, that was me actually explaining the wave dash and the wave dash techniques. For the VVGF, you know, the electric out of the wave dash. Check out my electric guide. But I hope this made clear, you know, what you can expect out of the wave dash, you know, the tools you can use, the different wave dash techniques that Mishima players use. And of course, you know, Kazuya's, what went with forward 3, of course, goes for forward 4. It's so good to wave dash into this move. It's so strong. It's got huge range, you know. You knock someone down, and then you just wave into that. It's so strong. You gotta learn how to do this, lads. But I sure hope at least a couple of things were made clearer to you. And I'm sorry that I can't give you a secret technique to get an amazing wave dash in 2 seconds. It's very difficult. Took me a long time to master. But as you can see, I'm quite comfortable on both sides. Took a long time to acquire, but you can also acquire this no problem. So, I hope this video helped you guys, and I'll see you soon again. Cheers!